Hey, how are you?
Good yourself.
I'm good, thank you. Is it getting warmer out in the morning?
This is what you got.
I guess it's warm.
My house was 9 this morning, according to. Bob, I Steve. Historic District Committee.
Thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Greg. That's okay. I was driving. I saw your text was on paperwork. I couldn't read through it. Summary. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, oh. Oh. Okay. All right. Yeah. You know, that's the function. Why? Yeah. Right. But I'll stick with this. Well, right now. Yeah. Chris George is on. Bill Farrell just had
Oh, he's removing it, I wasn't aware of that, so it's just gonna be you and Leslie and then. Where's the closing any minutes, we'll go downstairs, make sure she gets.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Not sure. Give me an outtake. Yeah. You told me. Oh, yeah.
Just to call you. I was downstairs since quarter after. Well, nobody, Amy's out, I guess.
Yeah, Amy is out.
So,
How are you?
Good, you.
Okay.
Glad you could make it.
Yeah, similar to the other.
I was doing so well being in time.
Tuck it in, Buck.
I'm gonna go down and check the board one last time.
Okay. I was down and I was calling. I didn't know Amy was on calling the telephone line.
I didn't know she was out either.
How'd you sneak in here? I must have been right behind
I
you.
always come in early. And I stop and talk to West Becker for a while.
The online.
No, I don't know if they're on or not.
I think we are. Oh my gosh.
I know the guy at the front desk, Steve Burke.
Wait a minute. Did you give us a, Agenda.
And,
okay.
Robin has- He's the host of it. Yeah, I don't know.
I have it on my phone. I looked at that fence. I see what you mean. I don't think we approved that. It doesn't look familiar and I couldn't find the case. I mean, I appreciate what they're trying to do, but it doesn't look so good.
I think there's too much funding on those. They don't really do it. I think, you know, house is big, it's so much,
Mhm.
it is on the hill. Yes, I think we could that one too.
Hey,
But-
Leslie,
We approved a fence,
Leslie, this is Doug. Do you,
Yeah.
trying to see
we
if you
approved a fence, but I don't think it was a vinyl fence.
That was-
Because the only way we would put it was like in an alley on. Now, that's the fence we're talking about. I don't think it's the same property. That property had a, on the other side, it wasn't the street side, it was an alley side for that property.
I'm sorry, I just dropped it.
I'm reading some. Push it? Or is it already
It should be off. Green light.
on? I will.
Fair enough, I do, when you volleyball. that's the count. I don't need anything else.
Before we get started, if everybody could make sure you talk directly into your mics and pretty close. I participated in planning commission meeting last night from home, following it on Zoom. And what we're finding is that unless people are talking directly into them, it sounds extremely tinny and hard to understand. So,
Do you have agendas?
yeah. Let me go make,
I'm good.
I use my phone for one thing. Talk and text, that's it. I have no apps, I never will, I never will.
I used to be like that, but my partner and I got off in different places and we had to talk.
Oh, yes.
So we're exchanging information. And that's becoming.
I just had it. This is a conversation. It's treasure for all of our state. Just think it was more. Did you check the 15th? You did.
Jack, December. January.
We didn't do it. Well, we dropped it off at the mailbox. We went into Hagerstown, and we have to read it at 6. We didn't use the window, but it's the check for the tournament I ran, plus the corrected check for the tournament before mine, from the 8th, and everything is missing.
It's
The guys are wondering why they haven't got the money. Oh, I can give you a good.
Thank you very much. Hello, my name is Leslie Allen, and as co-chair of this committee, I call this regularly scheduled meeting of the Historic District Commission to order this 27th day of January 2022. There is a quorum present. The roster of the staff to the commission, of the commission members, and the technical posts that they fill in accordance with the requirements of the Hagerstown zoning ordinance are on file with the city of Hagerstown and are available on request to any applicant, and are hereby made a part of the legal record of each and every application heard today. All decisions rendered are based on the Secretary of Interior standards and guidelines adopted by the city of Hagerstown. Each decision is made on a case-by-case basis and is not intended to be precedent-setting. If you have cell phones or other electronic devices on your person, would you please make certain that they are turned off? There are two types of cases, consent agenda and design review. For the consent agenda, I will ask anyone in the audience if they have any issues with those cases. If they do not, I will ask the commission members if they have any issues with any of the consent items. If they have no issues, we will just blanket approve the cases, and those applicants will be free to go. For design reviews, when your case is called, please come to the table and join the commission. For the record, state your name and address. There will be a synopsis of your application from the staff consultant. The floor will then be turned over to the applicant for any elaboration. The floor will then be open for discussion for the commission members to render a decision on the application. Prior to hearing, we go through this. Prior to the hearing matters set before us today, the chair notes that we do not have any minutes to approve or review. The chair would ask, well, we're not having any minutes, sorry. Let's see. So we have a consent agenda and design reviews to discuss today. For consent agenda, it's HDC 2022-04, 49 South Potomac Street, Vibez Lounge, Jamia Dixon for logo and lettering on the storefront.
Is
Is
Ms.
there anyone-
Dixon signed in? She said she was going to Zoom. Yes, Ms. Dixon
Okay.
is here on Zoom. It's just a limited amount of lettering on a front window for a business venue. It's not a lot to it.
Do any of the commission members wish to comment on the applicant? Okay.
I don't have any statements.
Sounds like Mr. Carroll.
Yeah, Leslie, I just said I didn't have any comments.
Okay. Mr. Powell,
I have no comment.
Mr. George? Hearing no comments, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Okay, I'll take it. Madam Chairman, I have reviewed the materials submitted in case number HDC 2022 TAC 04 TAC 49 and its associated staff report and recommendations. And I have viewed.
I have no comment.
Hearing no comments, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Okay, I'll take it. Madam Chairman, I have reviewed the materials submitted in case number HDC 2022.
I have absolutely no idea why the system did that.
Yeah, it delayed. I was listening to myself. Let me restate it if I can for the record. Madam Chairman, I have reviewed the materials submitted in case number HDC 2022 TAC 04 TAC 49 and its associated staff report and recommendations, and I have viewed the property in question. The staff report recommends approval of this application as consistent with the applicable standards adopted by this commission, and no one has appeared at this hearing with concerns about, issues with, or objections to this application. Therefore, I move that this commission adopt the staff evaluation and recommendations in this case as its own and grant a certificates of appropriateness to the applicant for case number HDC 2022 TAC 04 TAC 49.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion on this? I just want to point out that the tag 49 was for the address of 49 South Potomac Street.
Sorry about that.
Sure. Hearing no objections, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next section that we have is design review. We have three cases. No objections. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Doug, if you're trying to listen to yourself, you're going to need to turn that off.
We have three design reviews before us today. We'll call each case separately. First case is HDC 2022-02, 60 West Washington Street, City of Hagerstown, for the removal of terracotta coping.
Yes, this is HDC case 2022-02. The applicant is the city of Hagerstown. Eric Dykey, Director of Public Works. Property is located at 60 West Washington Street. This is a downtown local historic district. It's a B resource. The building character contributes to the character of the district, but is not likely to qualify for National Register listing individually. Photograph of the property is shown on page 1 of your staff report. Design guidelines are the pages 37 to 39 of the downtown guidelines. Description of work: the city of Hagerstown plans to replace the existing rubber flat roof on this building. The city proposes to remove the terracotta coping that caps the rear part of the west side wall and install a metal cap to match the east side wall and the front part of the west side wall. The terracotta coping that is not damaged in removal will be saved by the city for potential reuse on other projects. Staff recommends approval. Secretary of Interior Standards 5 and 6 apply, and Mr. Dykey is here if you have any questions.
Mr. Dykey?
Yes.
Is there anything that you would like to elaborate before the commission discusses this case?
What I provided there was a number of photos and then overhead views. As you can see, the main facade of the building doesn't have terracotta coping, and the side that's most visible, which is to the University Park, the coping's long gone. It's been capped with the metal roof. The area we want to remove is actually on the back side of the property along the alley, and on the west side, which is hard to see. Either portion of that never had terracotta coping because there was buildings beside it, and the two were flashed together. And when those buildings were removed, they put metal or coping on it, or a metal cap, but poorly. So that'll be replaced also. So we will remove the coping, and we're going to save what we can. We know it's not all going to be saved, but we're going to save it, put it in the basement, whether it could be used on another project or somebody else's building in the downtown. But we'll certainly hang on to it for other use.
Commission members? Mr. Carroll? Mr. George?
No, I looked at it. I have no issues with it.
I have no issues.
I'm fine with this. I think it's a good project.
Thank you.
Are we to go beyond design review at this time then? Ask for a motion for appropriate? Okay. So if I could get a motion for this approval from one of our members? Fine with this. I think it's a
I'm
good
fine.
project.
Thank you.
Are we? Motion to appropriate this to this case. It's
Madam Chair, I've inspected the project plans and the property in question, and if constructed in accordance with these plans, the project is compatible with the character of the district for the reasons that the architectural detailing and roof are generally in harmony with the architectural design guidelines for the commercial historic district and the character of the adjoining property. Therefore, I move the HDC grant a certificate of appropriateness to the applicant for HDC case number HDC 2022-02, 60 West Washington Street, City of Hagerstown, Hagerstown, Maryland.
I need a second, please.
I second it.
Okay. All in favor of this motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Carroll? Any opposed?
No.
Motion passes. I'm concerned about a back glitch, but I'm going to have to just take,
I'm sorry?
because I can't, no one's responding, I have to assume it's an affirmative.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, Leslie, I can hear you good. For some reason.
Aye.
Mr. Carroll?
Yeah, there's a delay, big delay for some reason.
Okay.
But I'm good with it.
Okay, thank you. The second case is HDC 2022-03, 831 Oak Hill Avenue, Andrea Aragon, for a front porch repair.
Is Ms. Aragon online? It doesn't look like it. Do you want to?
Can we postpone this and go to the next one and come
Sure.
back to it in case she shows up?
Sure.
Okay. HDC 2022-05, 115, 117 South Potomac Street. Prasad Reddy, window replacement and facade grant.
Okay, this is HDC 2022-05. The applicant is Tiramiru L. Prasad Reddy. Property is located at 115 to 117 South Potomac Street in the downtown historic district. The building is a B resource. It contributes to the character of the district, but is not likely to qualify for National Register listing individually. 2 photographs are included on your staff report. One is a picture of the building taken prior to 2015, where the building was almost completely encapsulated in vinyl or aluminum siding. They did a fantastic job of removing all of that and restoring the historic facade to its more appropriate appearance. One thing that was left undone was we kind of punted how to deal with 3 windows on that building. I don't think that they were a surprise. I think they were always kind of assumed to be underneath there, but it was all decided that they would figure out what to do with the windows later. And at this point, they're coming back with their plan on how to deal with that, because boarded windows on streets are generally not a appropriate treatment. So what they're proposing to do is replace these windows with Hella double hung 1/1 windows in white. Staff recommendation generally is approval. However, it's not clear how well the white will mesh with the colors of the existing windows and triple hung window / door on the building. There appears to be some white used in the existing windows, but there's also window trim that is a beige color that matches the building trim. The commission may want to discuss this issue with the applicant's representative at the meeting, but in general, they're putting windows in where they should be, so.
Mr. Reddy?
Sorry, this is Dale Ford as contractor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here to represent as the contractor who would be putting the windows in. Approximately 6 years ago, we did 50 windows in that building. I think what Dr. Reddy is proposing is to replace the 3 openings, which there are no windows there currently, nor were they when we did the facade 5 years ago. What he's proposing to do is install a Pella double hung, aluminum clad, architecturally compatible window in, I'm thinking it's clay or anything but white. I don't think white was the window that was used previously.
So it's going to be consistent with the other windows. Is
It
what you're
would,
saying.
it would be consistent with the previous 50 windows that we put in there 5 or 6 years ago.
We're good. Staff would point out there's actually a couple of different ways that that historic preservation would have been okay treating this. One is the way that he's describing. Another one is to infill those spaces with very similar brick, slightly recessed, so you still have the architectural impression of where the window should be. The lintel and the sill would still be there, but then a recessed brick was the fill if they just wanted to leave them filled. But it shouldn't be plywood like it has been for the last 5 years, which was a temporary measure, and we all know that. But his approach here is just as good as what actually is preferable, rather than leaving the windows infilled.
And I'm not sure that when we did the facade years ago, that Dr. Reddy knew what was under that
That sounds about right.
vinyl siding.
Yeah.
That whatever was there was what, when we opened that up, it was there, and there are no windows in any of those 3 openings at this point. In the inside, there are bookcases, other things that will have to be removed. But my opinion, as a contractor, putting an architecturally appropriate window in there would be the way to go.
Mr. Carroll and Mr. George, can you hear that explanation?
Yeah, I heard it well. Yeah, I think this is a good thing, obviously, to someone who's so opposed to vinyl siding. So this is obviously a significant improvement.
Staff would just point out that this project that was the main part of the project that was done 5 years ago or so was just a phenomenal improvement to what was otherwise a kinked up historic building in this
Absolutely.
historic district. It looks so much better now.
Absolutely. Other than the plywood that's there.
Other than the plywood,
He
yes.
needs to do something,
Yes.
and he's willing to do it.
Staff would just point out that this project.
That was you again.
That was you.
Bob?
I have no comment as long as the windows are going to be as similar to in color to the existing windows. I have no comment at all. I think it's a wonderful project.
Yeah, I think it was bone, beige, whatever clay, there's so many different depending on what you're dealing with as far as the manufacturer, but what we did there 5 or 6 years ago is what would be going back in to match.
I'm sure Mr. Buckmiller would be happy to address, because we don't address colors here, but he could, I'm sure, advise you if there's no objection by the commission to help you establish that color
Yep.
pattern or coloring. Yes. Okay, I'll entertain a motion from the commission if we're all in agreement on this case.
I'll go again. Madam Chairman, I've inspected the project plans and the property in
I'm not
question.
that clever.
And if constructed in accordance
I
with
don't
these
have a
plans, the
pencil
project
anyways.
is compatible with the character of the district for the reasons that the materials, architectural detailing, windows are generally in harmony with the architectural design guidelines for the commercial historic district and the character of the adjoining properties. Therefore, I move that the HDC grant a certificate of appropriateness to the applicant for HDC case number HDC 2022-05, 115 to 117 South Drummond Street, Hagerstown, Maryland. Dr. Prasad Reddy.
All in favor?
Second.
Excuse me, do I have a second on this?
I second it.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any objections? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
The case we postponed on the design review, the applicant does not appear to be in attendance. Do we have the opportunity to push this to the next meeting or on the timeline?
Let me just double check. Yeah, we're good.
As a courtesy to the applicant, could I get a motion to allow this case to proceed to the next meeting? HDC 2022-03-831 Oak Hill Avenue, to give the applicant a chance to appear. I would need a motion.
Go for it, Bill.
And Madam Chair, I motion to move HDC 2022-03 to the next Historic District Commission meeting.
I need a second, please.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. We don't have any workshops scheduled. Is there any new business?
I have one item. I have emailed Steve a couple times about the white vinyl fence at
002.
1002 Oak Hill Avenue.
It's on my list to look into. I've just been snowed last few weeks. It's on my list to do.
Leslie has looked at it also. So,
Okay,
Yeah, you need to look at it.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, last week we have just been hammered with stuff and also we're under strict orders that if we even think we're sick, to stay home. So, as a result, I mean, me personally, I'm almost always here. I've only been in the office 2 days in the last 2 weeks. just
Wow.
For a variety of reasons, both planned and unplanned. So we're struggling to keep up, but
That's
I
fair.
haven't forgotten it. It just might take a little while to get to the issue. So,
Any other new business? Any old business?
My understanding is the brickwork on the street wall facade on Hatters Plaza will be done today. So,
Just in time for the storm.
and also the renovation work on the building adjacent to it will start in the spring.
Is there any other old business? Are there any announcements? Hearing none, will I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second, please.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you. Thanks for the patience on this back feed.
Yeah, we need to find out what.
The introduction. Oh. I'm really going